A Trump official says no amnesty for illegal aliens. It's July 9th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
I'm Brandon Waltons, filling in this morning for Michael Quinn Sullivan at an event yesterday in Washington, D.C., focused on the security implications of the agriculture industry. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins condemned the notion of amnesty for illegal aliens working on farms and ranches. The Texas native said there must be a 100% American workforce in agriculture as a matter of national security. There has been concern raised in recent days that the Trump administration is considering amnesty for farm workers and hospitality workers. Rollins disputed that notion, saying the president has been unequivocal that there will be no amnesty. Brooke Rollins said we must be strategic in how we are implementing the mass deportation so as not to compromise our food supply, but added that she cannot underscore enough there will be no amnesty. Federal officials announced yesterday the arrest of 10 people in connection with an attack on U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. Federal law enforcement officers in Texas have been targeted in 2 violent ambushes just over the last week. On July 4th, a dozen attackers opened fire on an ICE detention center in Alvarado, shooting a police officer in the neck. All suspects were later caught, and 10 of them now face federal attempted murder charges. On Monday, meanwhile, a gunman opened fire on a Border Patrol office in McAllen, injuring 2 police officers and an agent. The gunman was killed in an ensuing gunfight. The Department of Homeland Security says that assaults against ICE officers have surged by nearly 700% this year. An appeals court has ruled that the Texas Education Agency can release its 2024 school accountability ratings, despite dozens of districts trying to keep the ratings hidden from the public. The A through F accountability ratings, which TEA rolled out in 2018, are meant to assess how well schools serve students and taxpayers. They're based on student achievement, student progress, and how well districts are closing gaps in academic performance for certain groups of students. The metrics used to calculate the ratings are refreshed every 5 years. But school districts sued the TEA in 2023 and again in 2024 to block the release of the ratings, claiming that the refresh process resulted in unfairly calculated scores. The 2023 ratings were released earlier this year. Under this new ruling, those school districts that fought the release of the ratings will have to pay the costs associated with the appeal. We'll be right back.
I hope you'll sit down with Texas Scorecard every Sunday as we visit with real Texans who are doing real things to make the Lone Star State shine even brighter. We're going to be talking to activists and politicians, but we're also going to be talking with men and women who are shaping business in Texas and driving for a better culture. Real Texans, Sunday mornings. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Officials in the Conroe Independent School District are not on board with a state policy change that would allow homeschool students to compete in public schools' university interscholastic league events. At issue is legislation that was passed earlier this year amending the Texas Education Code to give school districts the authority to decline participation by non-enrolled students in UIL activities. In short, the law gives local school boards the option to opt out of allowing homeschoolers to take part. Those homeschooling students who live in a district that denies them access to UIL programs can apply to participate in the next nearest district. The Texas High School Coaches Association and Coaches Education Foundation oppose the inclusion of homeschool students in public school sports. The state provides $1,500 in funding per participating homeschool student to districts that do opt in. Conroe ISD will be the only Houston area district to decline participation by homeschooling students. Some, like CISD Board President Misty Odenweiler, have raised concerns that the district will operate at a disadvantage. Today's stories were brought to you by Michael Quinn Sullivan, Joseph Trimmer, Aaron Anderson, and Michael Wilson. The episode was mixed by Nick Shepard in the 1836 studios. For right now, I'm Brandon Waltons. Have a great day.